What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. This will be a spoiler preview for Companion, which is written and directed by Drew Hancock. It is starring Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid, Lucas Gage, Megan Surrey, and several others. So this is revolving around a group of friends who decide to go to a billionaire's lakeside estate for a gathering, a mingling, if you will. And an accident leads to or sets off a chain of events after the billionaire unfortunately dies during this getaway at his estate. Now, Companion is a delightful horror comedy that raises several existential questions while taking us on a thrilling game of hide and seek between boyfriend and girlfriend, in this case Josh and Iris. Does it do enough with these questions? Unfortunately not, but Drew Hancock's directorial debut still impresses thanks to a twisted narrative that became more demented over time, and it's led by these great performances from Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher. So Josh takes his girlfriend Iris to this weekend getaway at a billionaire's lake house so she can mingle with his friends. These friends include Patrick, Eli, and Kat. Iris wants to fulfill all of Josh's wants and needs, which includes fitting in with his friend group. In other words, she seems like an ideal partner. But this relationship is too good to be true, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Sergey is the billionaire hosting everyone. He's severely older than them. He's married. He's a terrible individual overall. At least that's what we're led to think. But Kat is Sergey's side piece. So Sergey isn't a one-partner kind of person. An accident during this getaway unravels one of the most twisted schemes I've seen in quite a while. Hancock quickly sets up the dynamics between these young adults before thrusting us into this chaotic game again of hide and seek. During said game, Iris becomes the only character worth investing in as we slowly learn and peel back the layers of Josh, who is revealed to be one of the biggest incels in the world, or at least in this friend group. And his greed has completely warped his mind. Now, I do appreciate how Hancock is not fully exploring what drove Josh to this point, but we're given enough to understand his motivations. Those are made very clear, but still enough is left in the dark to keep him a bit mysterious. Keep us engaged with his character, keep us interested in seeing more layers peel back while the film doesn't fully peel back every layer. But Josh feels life gave him the worst deck of cards and decides to change things, or he's going to decide to change things. Josh's friends in this screenplay, they are rather thin, making several significant scenes featuring them fall flat when it's clear the movie wanted me to care, but I just couldn't. Granted, these moments probably do play better with an audience. Still, they weren't the most likable either, so we are given more than enough reason to root for Iris in this situation as she tries to get away from all of these crazy individuals. Companion's shortcomings are mostly found in how its themes are barely explored. You have greed, bodily autonomy, loneliness, several others. Those are just some of the themes. The ones that do shine throughout, for instance, is manipulation, which is a crucial trait for Josh. And the more the layers of his manipulative ways are unpacked, the more I hate him. Another theme Hancock excels at is self-discovery, which is crucial to Iris's journey. So despite dropping the ball with some of their themes, Josh and Iris's relationship imploding kept the story compelling, for me anyway. You might disagree. Ironically, at the top of the story, Hancock tells us exactly how the story is going to end in the opening scene, but it was impossible to even consider such a thing with all the well-executed twists in between, leading to one of the most bonker final kill sequences that I'm probably going to see this year. Now, I will say this. If you are still keeping in mind what they disclose at the top of the movie and even in the trailer, if you're someone who has been unable to avoid the marketing tactics, maybe this will take away the stakes of the story. But I was completely sucked in by all the twists and all the different directions it was going. So in ways it worked for me, but I can see why for others you might feel this story has no stakes because they tell us right at the start how it's going to end. So it could be a good decision for some, it could be a bad decision for others. But I was completely lost in the narrative in a good way. Companion does include some brutal kills, like multiple brutal kills, I would say. I just hate that so many character deaths do nothing for me while I was watching. All the comedic spots I thought landed well, and Hancock does blend the comedy quite well with the more horrific instances. There's great dialogue exchanges featured throughout. I was really sold on the group's dynamic, and I will commend Companion for not being overly preachy with its messaging and the theme of misogyny. Hancock shows us Josh is a terrible man over and over and over again versus lecturing us like some creatives insist on doing with their films these days. So that was a nice touch. Sophie, Thatcher, and Jack Quaid, they are great. But who was surprised to hear me say that? They are part of two of the hottest shows on TV right now, and they brought that talent to life wonderfully in this functional relationship that they are portraying. Thatcher captures Irish's shock and confusion with ease, making it easier to feel sorry for her as a viewer. Quaid is a pro at playing a terrible human being at this point, so I only grew to despise Josh even further as the film continued on. Thatcher was the highlight for me out of the two, especially at this one scene on the beach with Sergey, where she has to portray this uncomfortable side of Iris. That was just masterful work on her part. The score chiming in at certain moments made me uncomfortable along with her. The look on her face just really broke my heart, but you'll see what I mean. I would say pacing-wise, this film finds its rhythm and it sticks to it. It doesn't overstay its welcome at certain points with any of the scenes that are unfolding. It really does a good job getting you on edge, making you uncomfortable at certain times when necessary, making you laugh, and really just keeping you engaged with what is unfolding with Iris and Josh as their relationship implodes. Again, the pacing I thought was great. In terms of overall, I would have to give this film, I would say, a 7 out of 10. I want to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm probably going to age it pretty higher. I'm probably going to raise it higher over time. But I want to rest on a 7 out of 10. I feel like when I rewatch it, because I am going to rewatch this, there's going to be certain things that stick out to me that I do not like. But as of now, I think Companion is, again, just another home run for the horror genre. So I cannot wait to see what you guys think about Companion when it arrives in theaters. I think this week. I watched it at home, but I think it arrives in theater this week, next Friday, whatever. But let me know again what you guys think about this all down in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to Companion? Why or why not? Again, if you managed to avoid those trailers, that is good, because that means that I did a good job with my review, because you have no idea what I'm talking about 9 times out of 10. But if you watched those trailers and watched those TV spots and watched all of the marketing tactics, you're probably wondering why I didn't mention certain things like the one big plot twist that they decided to spoil. Well, that's because they shouldn't have spoiled it. I thought that they were going to hold on to it at best, but something told me they weren't going to do that, and that's why I put out a vague tweet about it at one point last year. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notification, never miss a video. In the description, I have links to my social media accounts. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.